Jamie here today talking with Stephen and Amanda, who live in a, well, they don't live in their van, they're traveling in their van, kind of testing out the lifestyle, seeing what they think of it. And this is a Mercury Monterey, which it's not a huge van, but they've made some modifications to it to make it where they've got a big bed to sleep in and have some creature comforts. With that, I give you Stephen and Amanda. How's it going, guys?
Hello. Okay. Fine, thank you.
Tell us a little bit about what your lifestyle is like and what attracts you to traveling around in a van, and you know, do you have a home somewhere?
Well, we do live in North Phoenix. We do pay rent for a mobile home down there. We have a pretty big yard, so Eli has a great yard to run around in, but you know, there has been many times that I've wanted to go camping and things like that, and you know, we have a big, huge tent, a big 3-room tent that we have at home that we use for camping, but that's only really if my husband goes, and he's not much of a camper. So anyway, he didn't really want to come to this, and I've been trying to kind of get him into the idea of living in an RV and traveling and doing, getting rid of the rent and all that kind of thing. And when I found out about the whole van life, I think I found out about this type of thing about 7 months ago. Okay. Online on YouTube, and I looked in my van one day and thought, you know, if we took all the seats out, we could actually make a camper out of this thing. And it just had dawned on me, and then I went online to see if there was anybody on YouTube that knew anything about something like that, and sure enough, a whole bunch of people just popped up. And so I started watching everybody's channels and checking it all out, and this is our first actual time in the van, sleeping in the van. Okay. So we went camping about a month ago up in the forested area when it was still pretty nice out, and we tent camped. We had our shower tent over here with us as well, and Steven slept in the van. So this is his second time, but by himself. That was it, by himself at that time. So.
And that trip was cut short, so.
Yeah.
Just like the last one we had before that.
It was. But yeah, this whole way of life to me is just so, I don't know, it's inspiring, because it's not, you're not paying a rent, you're not throwing away all the money that you earn. You're not, you know, I mean, you can still have a job and still make a living, but there's no reason to give it all away to somebody else. It's just kind of becoming ridiculous, and society is, I guess in a way, kind of trying to tell us how we have to live life, and it's just not true. So anyway.
Makes sense. So your husband, he hasn't been on any trips with you yet?
Just the tent camping. We have gone tent camping twice since we've been married, and we've been married 24 years.
Okay.
He just doesn't like it. I'm kind of hoping to get some work done to this, maybe find something to do to it at another time, or get into a bigger van and trade this one in, and do it up so that he can see, you know, it's not really that uncomfortable. It's really kind of nice. You can just get in, go. You don't have to set something up and take it down. And you know, if you want to, because we have children that live in Texas, and we have grandchildren, so you know, we'd like to go see them, but who wants to pay, you know, a bunch of money for plane tickets back and forth and all that kind of thing? I want to be able to get in the van, go, not have to stay at a hotel, you know, stay in my daughter's backyard and just visit my family. You're saying that you would like to stay with the trailer that you're living in, and then just use this as a Winnebago, basically. Right. Just turn the van into possibly the camper rather than have a pullable behind me, for a few reasons. I mean, I know there's a lot of great ones. I love the Tab trailers. I love the Casitas. I've looked at all of them. I think I probably have all of the sizes memorized, everything that I've seen. I love the Tabs a lot. I love the teardrop look, but you know, with the whole jackknifing thing, I'm not really 100% sure that I would be very good at towing something. So having a van that you can just drive, and you can still stealth park, you know, you can go kind of where you want to go. You can park in a parking lot, not take up 2 spaces, things like that. So I think that the van is probably more suitable for us. At one point, Volkswagen made Westphalias and vans that had pop-up campers and stuff in them, and you just don't see that anymore. And it doesn't seem like anybody else is doing it. There's a Sportsmobile out there that's a van that's
build them aftermarket, but you know they're outfitted to be lived in the same way. But really, there's nothing on the market
Sure.
like this, and converting your own van seems to be what a lot of people are doing. Would you like to give us a tour of your van real quick?
Sure.
Okay.
Would you get him really quick, Stephen?
Yeah, I'll grab him.
Well, we didn't really come very prepared for this trip. We had a situation happen at home that created this as more of like a getaway for more than anything, and we were so distraught for what happened that we threw our stuff in here and left. So my bad. We actually use this for dry storage. So we have our utensils in here, and then we have dry food. We're about ready to leave. So we put all of our dry food in here, and that worked out really well for us. This actually works really well as a refrigerator, except I'm going to add Reflectix to the inside, and possibly a pillow or something on the inside at the top to keep the cold in, because I had 3 block ice cubes in here, and they've lasted the entire trip, but now they're all 3 completely melted. So I think if I had it better insulated, it would have lasted a little bit longer.
How many days did you get out of that?
About 4.
4 days out of 3 blocks? Okay.
Yeah. So
and that's a lot of opening and closing involved.
Right. So we have 3 of these jugs. There's 2 under the bed right now, and we got this at Walmart for $10. It's just a pump, and I've seen a lot of these. I've seen people with these actually. I don't know if it was here or somewhere else, but this is great. You just pump it and you can fill up your pans or your pots or whatever you want. You can fill up the tea kettle, whatever. You can leave that on and you can fill the shower. We have a weed sprayer that we use as a shower. I've been filling it up with this. So that's worked out really well for us.
Is this your shower here? Can I show it real quick? Is this it?
Yes. That is the bathroom.
So you have a bathroom, and you can also use it as a shower space, yes?
Yeah, it's got the openings underneath it, kind of like the mosquito netting in there, so the water can drain out.
Where did you pick that up?
We got the toilet at on Amazon. The toilet was $60. It's just a 5-gallon flushable toilet. It's great. I actually love it. I initially bought it for my husband thinking he'd be more comfortable with one. I could do a luggable loo, but actually I like it for myself. I thought, you know what, I'm just going to use it myself. And we got the shower tent at Walmart for $45, I think it was.
$45. So now you've got a space to take a shower and use the bathroom outside.
Right.
Doesn't look like it takes up that much space. You could probably put it behind in the back next to the shelf here.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's actually been great, and we've left the top off because we get the ventilation at the top, so that's been great. And for windy days, I probably could throw the top on and pull the strings out and tie it down. It probably wouldn't move a whole lot. But this is the shower that we actually learned how to make this through Brian from Adventure Van Man on YouTube. He made one exactly like this, and he actually gives you the part number and everything.
Okay.
Exactly where to go. You go to Home Depot, you pick up the parts. So I'm going to plug him real quick.
Sure.
Definitely look at his video on how to make a shower.
Adventure Van Man is great. I will put a link down to that shower video in the notes of this video.
Awesome. Yeah, because these are great. I mean, I've used it twice, and this does pump. You have to do about 15 to 20 pumps to get really good pressure into this, but it takes about, I would say, half cold water and about half, not quite half hot water. When this is out, you have to not fill it all the way, because when you push it down, it's going to over the side.
Okay.
So, but then shake it up if you can. I'm not very strong. I have to have my son do it. Shake it up so it mixes, and you've got a warm shower. So, but it's very comfortable. I like it a lot, actually.
It's nice having some basic comforts out here, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Yeah. My son right now is very brown. He's very dirty.
Well, it's been windy. It's been dusty. And so it just comes along to be a part of it that staying clean's important out here.
Yeah.
Let's see the inside.
Okay. We have of course we have a camping stove, and we borrowed a table while we were here.
So all over the place.
Well, I'll just move it. Some scarves and hats and stuff and jackets. Anyway, so I made, with absolutely no carpentry experience whatsoever, I made this bed frame here. All it is just 3/4 plyboard with 2x4s. These are 12 inches long. So it gives us more than enough headroom in here and 12 inches of space below for storage. So I'm able to get a lot of stuff down here. Right, this is the bag that goes with the shower, but when you look back there, there's just tons of room.
Oh, you've got another water jug in there. You could put a few water jugs in if you wanted to. There is quite a bit of space out here. So 12 inches is about the measurement to be able to fit these milk crates underneath.
Right.
With plenty of room to spare.
Exactly. They just pull right out without a problem. And like I said, I mean, for a minivan, you know, this is the perfect height. There's actually 2 beds here. What I did, because I wanted these to be versatile when I'm not in the van. If I have someone come over and spend the night, I want to have a bed where I can put in my home as well. And so having just a bed this size probably wouldn't be conducive to what we would need. So I cut this down. My van across from here to there on the least wide is 47 inches across. It's 55 inches from here to here where the doors are. So what I did is I kept it 46 inches, and then I had them cut down the plyboard down the center to make 2 separate beds. So the beds are cut at 5 foot 8 inches. He's 5'10" and I'm 5'3", so it's kind of that perfect medium. It fits in here fine, no problems. Doesn't rub against the paneling or anything. And they're easy enough to. They would be a lot heavier if they were one piece. Having 2 pieces, you can take them out separately.
What would you say that you've got in costs on the bed?
Oh gosh, I don't know, $35 maybe? $35,
okay.
$40 at the very most. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. In fact, when they cut the plyboard, there was a leftover piece, which we are using as a headboard back here.
Gotcha.
And we never actually measured to see how big it was, and it fit right in the van. I thought, well, you could, you know, hello, perfect. So we were able to use it as sort of a backsplash board for the kitchen area when we were using it as a kitchen, and have the other side as a bed. And that's pretty much it on the inside. We just we have duffel bags underneath there. We didn't go the whole storage crate thing for clothes, since this is kind of like just sort of, I don't know, what do you call it, a little vacation.
You're still in the early stages of all of it too, and you don't know how long you're going to keep the van. You're not living in it full time. I think you've done a great job.
Thank you.
Stephen, what do you think of all this?
I've had a lot of fun here so far, and I definitely want to come back. It's just there's still some stuff at home that I wanted to get done. That's the only thing, is being tied down to stuff. It kind of sucks. So definitely having this kind of lifestyle is probably the best choice for people who don't want to, be tied down to anything. So
would it be fair to say that living this way is bringing you and your mom closer?
Yeah, both metaphorically and physically, because that we have enough space in there. It's just
and 2 separate sleeping bags. We
have to do that, because make sure it doesn't get weird in there, because you can imagine how that would be. But I get squished up against the side, because and not because I'm being forced to the side, but because I feel like I should be all the way over. So other than that, yeah.
Well, you get to spend time with your mom where you wouldn't otherwise. Might be out in the neighborhood with friends or off doing other things, and here you guys are spending time together. You could call it out camping together if you wanted to, but just getting to know each other. Things come up in conversations that maybe otherwise wouldn't take place, and so that helps a lot, I would imagine.
Yeah,
except for the going outside part. I never used to do that. I never used to go outside, no. Not very much.
He's more of he likes to play video games and stuff, which,
Obviously.
He's a teenager, so I don't really fault him for that. But, this is great for him, because, he's homeschooled. He's been homeschooled he's been homeschooled on and off over his lifetime. He's been in a few schools, and it just did not work out for him. So it was just better having him at home and instilling our values and our morals into him, where, when you're in a school, you know, they're raising your children. You're not really raising your child because you're either at work or you're doing something else. And I stayed home a lot of the time, so I thought, why not just spend time with my child and raise him myself and teach him myself. I used to teach preschool myself, and so we started him really young when he was in preschool and kindergarten. He went all through school for that, homeschool, and then we put him in a school. He almost got kicked out. It never just worked out for him.
That was too cool for school.
It just never worked out for him. So we went the homeschool route, and he's been doing great ever since. And so this is a great, you know, this is a great addition to his curriculum, if you will, because this is something, you know, they're not going to teach you in school how to live off the land or how to take care of yourself outside of society's, you know, mainstream, how everybody looks at things. You know, they're not going to teach you that kind of thing. So I wanted him to have alternatives, and this is one of those alternatives to say, you know, you could do this too. This could be something that you do. If you go to college, Stephen, and you're stuck paying a bunch of bills for school, you know, for books or for tuition, if you live in your van, you can have a job, not pay rent, and you can pay your tuition completely off and be completely debt free. And if you want to go into an apartment or something later on, that's up to you. But at least you don't have that hanging over your head, as well as bills that you're going to pay every month.
That makes sense.
So it doesn't make sense, and we're working too hard as it is to put in hours and hours of work, and there's really not a whole lot to show for it. My husband works 12-hour days, and we don't see him. Poor guy, comes home, he sits on the couch, and he usually falls asleep, and then
he's probably exhausted.
He's exhausted. Yeah. And he works for a call center through Discover Card. So, and he makes very good money. He makes a good living, but that, you know, there's a kind of a cutoff point with that. So how much money do you really need, you know, to be happy?
Right. I
don't need a lot of anything to be happy. It's just, you know, let me just breathe, you know, and I think that, you know, he's always been such a good provider, that this is just something he wants to do for his family, and I completely understand it and I respect that. And I don't want to take that away from him. If he doesn't want to do this, you know, that's fine. But he told me, he says, you know, I respect what you want to do, and I see that you need this kind of thing. He says, I want you to go do it. I want you to try it out and see how it works. So, and it's letting us get a chance to get away and just not think about some things that happened at home this weekend. So
what would you have as a message if I were to ask you, if folks were watching this and were maybe considering, maybe this makes a lot of sense. Usually we go visit family and get there a different way and have hotel costs involved, or we haven't tried anything like this before, and maybe it could bring us closer as just a family out camping. What would be the message, or even the bills? What would you say to them?
You know, you're not ever going to know if you like it unless you try it, and I'll be honest, this has been a great experience for both of us. The fact that we aren't staying in a hotel, we're not spending $50 for the night to stay. You know, we're out here, and this van is very comfortable. So, you know, you have a bed in here with plenty of padding. I mean, it feels like your bed would at home, and you get to decide what goes into it. You get to decide what you take with you. You know, I think that there's more family oriented stuff that goes on with this kind of thing than in a hotel, because that's not as personal. This is personal. You know, this
Absolutely.
Is our family van. This is something that we travel across, you know, from Texas to Arizona in, or, you know, whatever. So this is more personal to us, and I would say if you haven't done it, I would say try it first, and don't knock it before you try it.
You mentioned that you had watched a lot of videos on YouTube about this lifestyle. Do you have a YouTube channel yourself?
We do.
What's it called?
It's called Fantastic Freedom. We were throwing around some names, and we thought, well, those sound kind of dumb. But then we came up with that one through pushing certain words together: van, life, the fact that it's fantastic, and that there's freedom involved. So we threw all the three words together, and we came up with that one. And it really, I think, touches on what we are all about with this experience. So
what could folks expect to see if they went to your channel? What kind of things do you film and talk about?
We film things. We actually interviewed a lady that was here at the van build the other day before she left, and so you'll see things like that. Basically just our adventures, places that we go, things that we do, that we see. We went to the London Bridge yesterday, so we have a London Bridge video. We just edited it yesterday right here in the van, so it's ready to go when we get home. My son Stephen also, he does comic relief for the channel, so he has his own part of it, which is quite adorable. He's pretty good at it.
for when the the videos are looking a bit plain, I just kind of throw something in there and whatever.
Yeah, I think you guys will like it. We showed it to this other gal that we interviewed, and she cracked up. So.
So is it up on the web yet, or?
It is. It's up, ready to go.
I'll find it and put a link up. I'll put a link in the notes to it so people can see that and go to your channel and subscribe and check out what you guys are doing.
Absolutely.
Thanks a lot for the few moments that you've shared with me. Any final words, either one of you guys?
Just what we say on our channel. Don't forget to celebrate life. This is how you live. This is how we live. Don't let your life live you. You make the choice to go out there and try out different things, and be adventurous, because we only have so many years to do it.
Absolutely.
Take advantage of it.
Great advice. Stephen, any last words?
I was going to say, based on what you just said, because let's face it, normal life is boring. It's just boring. That's just, you come out here, you experience new stuff, maybe you get a new injury you didn't have the other day. I mean, it's something, variety, right? So it's pretty awesome.
We've had some good times around the campfire the last few nights, and it's nice to meet new people and do different things and get out of the routine. I totally agree.
Yeah, it's been great. We've loved it. He makes fires at home, so.
Oh yeah, I'm the pyromaniac of the family.
He goes outside and he makes fires on our little campfire pit, so. He got to be around a bunch of people, this last couple days, so that was good for him. And I'm glad he got to make some friends and meet others and get to socialize, and that's important to me too for him. I want him to have people that he can call upon if he has any questions, or it's like, hey, you want to help me build my van? If he decides to go that route, he knows people. He can get people to call him on the phone, or call them, or email, or whatever the case may be. And that's just a big deal to me. I want him to see that life has a lot to offer, and it doesn't have anything to do with paying bills. So.
Well, Carl, thanks a lot for taking a few moments with us, and we will hopefully see you again on the road, but definitely chronicle your adventures on your YouTube channel.
Yeah, hopefully more good stuff to come.
See you guys. Take care.
Thank you. Thanks, Jamie.